Too late, sir.
I don't care.
Come on, Josh.
Oh, no, thank you. The gloves, well, I just don't like the feel of them, you know. Oh, my prints will be all over the gun now, the way. Oh. Well, so yeah, let's get you home, eh?
I don't think so. Make sure she's cautioned.
You gotta be joking.
Back off, Ray, or I'll arrest you too.
At least let me see her to the car.
Keep your eye on him. Annie didn't get that gun from the Tooth Fairy. Where do you think it came from?
The wrong man.
Right.
Those prints are going to be no use to us now, are they?
Not now, they won't. I don't just want him for possession of a firearm. My guess is he used that gun to kill Paddy Morgan. Let's find the link and make it stick. I've seen Ray Moore get away with it too many times before.
Your boy's statement doesn't shed much light on things. Poor kid's terrified.
Sir, PC Noble's report of the incident. I suggested she go home, but...
With respect, I'd rather just get on with the job.
At least check in with the FME.
Already did, sir.
Keep an eye on her. Have you interviewed Annie Oakley yet?
Just on our way now.
Good, because her age makes it a bit tricky. We can't keep her for long.
Hopefully just long enough to establish that the real owner of that gun was her dad.
And have you got an appropriate adult lined up?
Yeah, her uncle.
Ray Moore's brother?
Our brother-in-law, Martin Turnbull, is a solicitor. Takes care of all the family business.
His sister was Ray Moore's first wife. She committed suicide when Annie was a baby.
Ray got a bit too much for her, did he?
You could say that.
Peter Harris, Superintendent Heaton's expecting me. John, good to see you again.
Mr. Harris.
I'll be right with you.
What the hell are you doing here?
Mr. Turnbull. Sorry to keep you waiting. We'll conduct the interview next door. It's a little less daunting for Annie.
Yeah, I'd like a moment with my niece alone first.
Of course.
Aye, we want to see her now.
I'll see her alone. That's how it works, Ray.
Would you escort this gentleman through to the soft interview room? DC Webb's there with his client.
Yes, sir.
Bet you're loving this.
There's nothing about this situation I'm loving, Ray. Never has been. We used to be friends.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. Annie was a little baby last time I saw her. Good to see she's turning out to be just like her dad.
If you upset her...
Probably best not to threaten me, Ray. Especially not in here. I'll need to interview you too at some point. Sorry about that. Do you know each other?
Oh, we've met briefly, sir.
Mr. Harris recently expressed an interest in spending the day with Sun Hill, in his capacity as local magistrate. See how we operate on the front line.
I met Inspector Gold the last time I was here. Unfortunately, she was tied up all day, and I didn't get to see much of the station beyond her office. I had a bit of spare time on my hands, so I thought, why not try again?
To be honest with you, Peter, the whole thing had gone completely out of my head. I'm flat out at the moment.
I don't mind being passed over to somebody else. I'm easy that way.
Our pleasure, sir.
Good.
My pleasure too, Chief.
PC Casper? This is Mr. Peter Harris. He would like a tour around the station if you're not too busy.
But, Mom, you put me on clean-up down the Colleen estate. It's burnt out cars, needles, crack addicts. It's horrible. Of course, Mom.
Mr. Harris will be fine. He's easy that way.
I forgot you had a son.
What?
Robert. You mentioned him to the little girl.
All right, yeah.
Matt's been on to me about having children. I don't see how I could juggle family and a career at the same time there at the moment. How do you manage?
I don't. He lives with his dad. You've got to be joking me. That stolen bike that Annie Moore was so wound up about, what was it again?
8-speed mountain bike, purple frame.
Annie will be pleased. Stop! Police! Nice bike. I've got a 10-year-old girl who was really upset about losing hers this morning.
Now, Annie, after you talked to Joshua, you went back to get the gun. Where was it exactly?
In the washroom, under the cupboard.
How did you know it was there?
Because when my cat crawled in, when I put my hand in, I could feel something heavy, so I took it out.
And you knew it was a gun?
Yeah.
So you've seen guns before?
You only have to turn on the television.
Well, let me rephrase that. Annie, have you ever seen that gun before? Annie, have you ever seen your father with that gun?
It is Mr. Moore's belief that the gun was left there by the previous occupant.
I'm not interested in Mr. Moore's opinions, and if you answer for your client again, I'll have you thrown out of the interview room.
Annie, can you tell us what happened this morning between you and the boy next door? Joshua Miller?
You thought he stole your bike?
He laughed at me, so I got angry.
Well, that's understandable, Annie. But most people don't use guns just because they get angry. You do understand that, don't you?
Well, you don't let people take advantage. That's beyond the pale.
Well, I think you've got what you needed, Superintendent.
So you admit to taking the bike?
Yeah, I took it. But I didn't mean to keep it. I just needed to be somewhere.
So where did you have to be in such a hurry?
Just stuff to do and that. I didn't think it would be such a big deal.
You have no idea. Oh, I'm sorry, am I boring you?
No, it's just, like I said, I've got stuff to do.
Yeah, but he's really sorry, aren't you, buddy?
Look, I really didn't want anyone to get hurt. I just needed the bike. I know it was wrong. But I wasn't thinking straight. I'm sorry. Please give me another chance.
Well, I'm going to take a gamble on you, buddy, and assume that you've learnt your lesson.
Well, he has, haven't you?
Definitely.
In which case, seeing as it's your first offence, you'll probably get away with a caution.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't make me regret this. I don't want to see you again, got it?
Yeah, thank you. Can I go now?
Give us some good news, Terry.
Ray's mobile provider sent through a breakdown of his calls. Guess who he called yesterday at 5 p.m?
Paddy?
That don't prove much.
No, but it's something. Right, let's up the ante. We'll do a Section 18 search on Moore's house. Check Annie's story about where she found the gun. He hates not being in control. Let's use that. I think it's about time I had a little chat with him.
I just heard you pulled in Buddy Fisher for a stolen bike.
Yeah, we just bailed him to yachts.
Diane gave him one of her hard stares, so I don't think we'll be seeing him again for a while.
And you didn't think that I'd be interested?
Well, it's hardly a CID matter.
Anything to do with the Fishers matters to me. His brother Eddie's been on my radar for years, and there are signs he's back in action, which you'd know. You read your briefing notes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did read that. I just didn't make the connection.
We've had a bit of a hard morning.
Besides, whatever Eddie's up to, I'm sure it's not Buddy's style. He seems like a really good kid.
Well, that's as may be. But I noticed you picked him up outside the Clothes Mart on Fenton Street.
Yeah, and?
Were you not listening in? Some kid just trashed it.
Shop's camera would have captured everything.
Save it. I know it's Buddy. He's left his calling card.
Come in, then. Look, I've no idea where Buddy is now. I told him to go round and apologise for stealing that bike. That was right after we left the station. I know how it looks. But this isn't Buddy. Someone must have put him up to it.
I'm taking Carly down the park. Get a bit of colour in her cheeks.
This is your doing, isn't it?
What?
Buddy getting into trouble, stealing things.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Buddy are solid.
Oh, yeah. Do anything for his big brother.
Buddy's his own man. He makes his own decisions. There's nothing I can do about that.
Eddie, wait!
Sorry to inconvenience you, Ray. Just got to make sure there are no other nasty surprises laying around.
Nothing. So you're letting Annie go then?
Of course. Now we're sure it's safe. Interesting girl, you're Annie.
You go near her again.
Where were you last night?
Here, surely you can't have forgotten our little conversation.
Before that, between 5 and 7 p.m.
Yeah, still on about Paddy, eh?
He's still missing. People are concerned.
You're a lot cockier today.